let me connect to the server SSH VPS1 start tmax, and today we'll start with installing a VPS, a WordPress site. But let me make sure again that the DNS configuration is working. Okay, this should be the IP of my VPS. And yeah, it is correct. So this domain is pointing to the IP of my VPS. And I can also check for this one, because later we are going to use a second domain or a second name for the same WordPress site. And WordPress is a PHP based application, and it also is using a database. So first of all, we have to create a database for this application and a user, a database user. So let me access the database shell, and I will create a database. Create database and semicolon WP1 DB semicolon show databases. It is here. And now let me create a user, a database user. Create user. VP1 user at localhost. So this user will be accessing the database from the localhost. This is how it works in MariaDB and MySQL. A user is always connected with a host. And so this user is allowed to connect. This user is allowed to connect the database if the request is coming from this host. In this case, it is localhost because the WordPress application will be installed on the same server as MariaDB, as the database. And now identified by, and the password of this user. Semicolon. So select user host from mysql.user. Just to check that we have created the user, and this is the user, and the host is localhost. Now we have to grant permission to this user for accessing this database, and we'll do it like this: grant all permissions or all privileges on this database dot star for all the tables of this database. So this star is a wildcard. It means for all the tables of this database. To WordPress 1 user at localhost semicolon. And let us check the permissions of this user. Show grants for vp1 user at localhost semicolon. So grant all privileges on this database, all the tables of this database to this user. So it seems correct. It seems to be fine. Now, to make sure that these are applied, we write this flash privileges. Flash privileges and exit from the database. Now we will get the code of the WordPress application, and we can get it from WordPress.org. And here is get WordPress. Okay. And download WordPress 6.9. So let me show this better. WordPress.org/download. And if I put the mouse here at the end, we see the URL of this link. I will make a right click, and then copy link address, link copied, and let me paste it here with Ctrl Shift and V, paste. Ctrl A, move at the beginning of the line, and then wget. Wget is for downloading this URL, and it is this one here, latest.zip. Let me why latest.zip? Okay, we could have downloaded a tar archive somewhere, but we downloaded this one. Let's try to unzip it. Install unzip. Which unzip? It is present. Now unzip latest.zip. This is the code of the WordPress application. And now I'm going to move this to the directory var www. So this is usually where the web applications are installed. Var www, and there is this subdirectory HTML, but we will create a subdirectory WP1. So move WordPress var www WordPress 1. So this is where the application, the code of the application is located, is stored. And let me check what are the permissions and make sure that it has the correct ownership and permissions. So all of these are root, but they should have ownership www data. So let me change the ownership, change own, and also the group. This is the user that Apache is running as. So Apache is running as user www data, and so because these files and directories will be accessed by Apache, we are changing the ownership to the user of Apache. And I'm doing this recursively. Let me check again. Now the owner and the group are correct. And let me also make sure that the files have the and the directories have the correct permissions. So actually I can see that they already have the correct permissions, that they have read and write permission for the owner and only a read permission for the group and the others. And also the directory has the permissions read, write and execute for owner and only read and execute for the group and the others. But let me show the commands that make sure that that all the files and directories have the correct permissions. Find in the directory var, find in this directory, type f. It is going to find all the files and then it will execute the command change mode 644 for each file that is found. So this is a placeholder for the name of the file that is found, and it also needs a semicolon at the end. Type. So I'm making sure that all the files have this permission 644, which is this one, 6 and 4 and 4. And find type directory. I'm finding all the directories and I'm making sure that they have the permissions 755, which is this permission here. Now we have to create an Apache configuration for this application. The configurations of Apache are on the directory /etc/Apache2. And here we see these directories, sites available and sites enabled. These are configurations of possible sites. And in this directory, sites enabled, there is a symbolic link to the configuration in the directory sites available. So let's create, we have to create a configuration sites in this directory, sites available first, and then we are going to place a symbolic link in this directory, sites enabled. So I'm creating a configuration in this file, wp1.conf. And actually, let me copy the configuration of the website from the instructions here. Copy, paste. So we are defining a virtual host, and this here can be an IP, because a server can have one or more IPs. In our case, it is just one IP, but it can have more than a server can have 2 or 3 IPs, and this here can be an IP. But if it is star, it means any IP. So the IP doesn't matter, and the port 80. And if the domain also matches this name, this is the server name, the domain matches this name, then apply the configurations or enable these configurations for the request that is coming. And here we have this directive, document root, which shows where the directory of the application is located. And we placed the files of WordPress into this directory, var www WordPress1. So this is our document root. And then here are some instructions about this directory, or some directives. And here is the error log and custom log. The logs are stored into these files, WP1 error and WP1 access. Okay, let me save it and exit. It is here. But now to enable this site, I can use the command a2 enable site. A2 enable site WP1. Enabling site WP1. And so what this command does is it just creates a symbolic link into this directory, creates this symbolic link. And for Apache, for WordPress, we also need to enable the module rewrite of Apache. So we have also these other configuration directories, mods enabled and mods available, which is modules enabled and modules available, Apache modules. So there are lots of modules, but not all of them are enabled. Only some of the modules are enabled. And we want to enable a module that is called or is named rewrite. There is this module here, rewrite. So how do we do it? We can do it with the command A2 Apache 2 enable module. And now we see this symbolic link here in the mods enabled directory. And this command also shows us that we need to restart Apache 2 in order to load this module. So let's start Apache 2 as well. system control, restart Apache 2. And at this point, we can open the domain of the site in browser. So the domain is this one. So we can try to open it in the browser. And we get the WordPress wizard, which is executed when we first when we open for the first time the WordPress site. So the language is English. Okay, next, continue. Welcome to WordPress. Before getting started, you will need to know the following items: database name, database username, database password, database host, table prefix, etc. And some explanation. Let's go. Database name is vp1db. Is the database that we created on MariaDB. Username is vp1user. The username in the database that is accessing the database. The password is wp1pass, and database host is localhost. This is correct. Table prefix, it doesn't matter. This is okay. This is fine. Submit. All right. Run the installation. Now site title vp1 or WordPress 1. Username of the admin. Let me call it admin. Password. I will. This is a good password, but I will use a simple one so that I don't forget it. Confirm use of weak password. Okay, no problem. Your email, this one. Search engine visibility. Discourage search engine from indexing this site. Install WordPress. WordPress has been installed. Thank you and enjoy. Username admin, password, the password that I used, login, admin, and we are inside WordPress as an administrator, and we can start installing and we can start to set up the website. Now let's add another name to this site. I want to open this also with www.wordpress1.user1.fs.al. So the same site, but with two addresses, two different URLs, two different names. So I can uncomment this line here, server alias. So a server alias is like another name for this site. Save it and reload the configuration of Apache 2. System control, reload Apache 2. system control. And sometimes it is needed to restart the service, but when we just change the configuration, a reload is enough. This will reload the configuration. So Apache 2 is running. And let me test. Press enter. And actually it is redirected to, this redirection is done by Wordpress actually. And this is a very basic site because we have not installed anything yet, but it is working. It is installed already. Now here we see this not secure. So this not secure means that we are not using HTTPS. And now we will change the configuration of Apache 2 so that we can use an HTTPS connection. If we look at the modules, mods available, we see this module ssl.conf. So we need to enable this module. Enable Apache 2 enable module SSL. And in the case when we enable a new module, we have to restart Apache 2. It is already enabled, and we restart the Apache 2. Now we have to add some configurations to the. We have to add some lines to the configuration of the site, or the WordPress site. And let me copy the configurations from the instructions so that we don't spend time typing them manually. So I have to add these lines for SSL configuration. Ctrl-Shift-V. So SSL engine on, and actually I have to change the port as well from 80 to 443 here. Or actually I made something wrong. Let's keep the previous configuration and let us append these lines to the new configuration. Let us append the new configuration to the end of this. So it is like here we are defining a site, but it is for the port 80, and here we are defining another virtual host with the port 443, which is the SSL port. And the server name is the same, also server alias the same, document root the same, but we have here also these lines, SSL engine on and SSL certificate file, SSL certificate key file. And these are some dummy certificates that are installed by Apache 2. Or they are self-signed certificates. Save, exit, and restart Apache 2. Or reload. System control, restart Apache 2. We have an error. We are trying to find out what is the issue. Status. This file does not exist or is empty. And this file does not exist because it is not. We need to install a package actually that contains this file. So there is this package SSL cert, which contains some certificate files, and it also contains these dummy certificates, snake oil, and etc. So let's install this package. And try to restart Apache again. And now it is running. So let's try the HTTPS address. HTTPS Wordpress 1 dot user1.fs.al. And because it is a self-signed certificate, we get this this warning, not secure here. Your connection is not private. Advanced. Proceed. Proceed to WordPress 1. So this is not a secure connection. It is an HTTPS. It is an encrypted, but it is not considered secure because the certificate is self-signed. It is not a genuine certificate. It is a fake certificate. So we also need to get an SSL certificate, and we will get it from Let's Encrypt. And meanwhile, the HTTP site also is working. So the HTTP site is working at the same time as HTTPS. So this is an it does not show it here, but it is an HTTP connection. And this one is an HTTPS connection. So let's try to get an SSL certificate from Let's Encrypt. And we can use a tool that is called certbot. We can install this package. And now we can run the command setBot with some parameters and some arguments or some options in order to get SSL certificate. But we also need to make some configuration in Apache so that this command is able to get a certificate from Let's Encrypt. And let's get the configuration from the necessary configuration from the instructions. So I will copy all this command because it is going to write to this file, to create this file here. So let me copy it here, paste, Ctrl+Shift+V, and it is using this alias .well-known Acme challenge, which is being connected to this directory var www.well-known Acme challenge. And for this directory we are defining these options and directives. Let me reload or restart Apache 2 so that this configuration is enabled. System control, restart, Apache 2. And now let me also create that directory, this directory. Ctrl+Shift+C to copy and Ctrl+Shift+V to paste, Ctrl+A, because this directory will be used by the command setBot while receiving a certificate. And we created this configuration to the directory conf available. Configuration available, and it is this one here, configuration available, Let's Encrypt. Let me try it again. Ctrl+A, Ctrl+D, Ctrl+D. So this is the configuration file that we created, but we also have to enable it so that a symbolic link in this directory is added for this configuration. Apache 2 enable configuration, Let's Encrypt. So this configuration is the name of the file without the extension. And if we check now in this directory, conf enabled, we will see this symbolic link. And now I have to restart Apache or to reload it, because now this configuration will be enabled. Now let's see how to use the command setBot. So it is taking a subcommand, and the subcommand can be set only or renew, or and then it is taking options, and then it is taking a domain or several domains for which it is going to receive certificates. And there are several ways for this command to receive a certificate. One of them is standalone. And in this mode, it is going to run a web server of its own. But we already have a web server running, and it is using the port 80. So we cannot run another web server. So we have to use the web server that we are already running, Apache 2. And so for us, this is more suitable, webroot. So this is going to use the existing web server, the running web server, and it is going to use a certain directory for placing the files that are required for authentication. And this is another way for getting certificates. So let's try this command, or first let's see the options for this set only. Set only just gets a certificate, because this command can also modify the configuration of the web server after getting a certificate, but this is not what we want. We just want to get a certificate. So this we are using the command set only. So let's try this command: set bot set only webroot var www, and then dry run. Dry run is for testing. I am missing this option minus W. So this is the method, webroot, and the directory that is going to be used is this one. It is declared with this option. Enter email address or hit enter to skip. Please read the terms of service at this document. Do you agree? Yes. Account registered. Please enter the domain names you'd like on your certificate. Let's say vp1.user1.fs.al. This is the name of the domain that I'm trying to get a certificate for it. Simulating a certificate request. It is simulating because I used the option dry run. The dry run was successful. Now let me try to run it for real. I'm removing this dry run option, and instead I'm declaring the domain with this option -d. So that it does not ask me interactively. And let me declare another domain as well with comma. So I'm getting a certificate for these two domains. Enter email address or hit enter to skip. Yes. I can use either yes or no here. Requesting a certificate. Account created, requesting a certificate, successfully received a certificate. Certificate is saved at this path. The key is in this path. This certificate expires on this date, which is about 3 months or something. And now I can look. I can show a list of certificates with the command certbot certificates. So this is showing me that I have this certificate right now, and the path of the certificate is this one, and the path of the key file is this one. Now I'm going to use these two paths into the configuration of the WordPress website. I already copied this one with Control Shift and C, and now I'm going to paste it here. Control Shift and V, and let me save and then copy the private key as well. Control Shift and C. Control Shift and V. Save and quit. And let me reload Apache 2. But before reloading the configuration, let me test that the configuration is correct. And this Apache 2 -t, actually it is giving a warning, but it is not related to our website. And also this syntax error on line 80. Anyway, I think these are not important. We can find a way to fix them later, but right now let's continue with testing the website. System control, reload, Apache 2. And let me try to refresh this website. I don't know why it still says not secure. Certificate is valid. it is issued by Let's Encrypt, issued on this date and this time, and it expires on this date and time, so the certificate is valid. Let me try to open this. Let me try to open this on a incognito tab, just to make sure. Incognito window. Here it does not show. It does not say not secure here. Maybe it is just a caching issue, something related to cache. And let's also make sure that the certificate that we received right now will be renewed automatically. And we can renew certbot certificates with the command certbot renew. So this is the command that we need to execute in order to renew all the certificates that we have received with this command from Let's Encrypt. But right now the certificate is not yet due for renewal. And we need to run this periodically, time after time. And actually this is already configured, and we will see how it is configured on the system. We don't need to define a cron job or to create a cron job for this, because the system is already running it automatically, this command. When we install the package certbot, it also configures the system so that the command certbot renew is executed periodically, time after time, automatically, without intervention, without writing it, having to write it manually. System control, status, certbot, So this is a timer that is managed by the system control, and it is active. The configuration of this timer is on this file. We can have a look at it. Run certbot twice daily. Description. Timer on calendar. So it is running at time 00 and 12, I think. And it is active. And let us list the timers. System control. List timers. Certbot.timer. This also shows the configuration that we saw before. Now let's see the configuration of the service. So show the configuration of certbot.service. And this command here is executed twice daily by the timer, and the command is certbot renew, and then this Q must be or should be for quiet. Don't display any output. No random sleep on renew. So the point is that we don't have to set up automatic renew, because this is already done. When we install the package setbot, it also sets itself up to run the command setbot automatically twice daily. Now we can make another improvement to the configuration of the website that we installed, because right now we can access it with an HTTP address, HTTP, and with an HTTPS address. But the HTTP is not safe, and it should not be used. If people type it by mistake, we should automatically redirect from HTTP to HTTPS. And we can do this by modifying the configuration of this site, of this website. Now, I am going to modify the definition here so that it does redirect. I'm going to delete this file, these lines here, configuration lines, and instead I will write this redirect directive. Redirect. Save. So in case a user types HTTP, it will match this virtual host, and then this directive is going to redirect it to HTTPS automatically. Let's reload the configuration of Apache 2. And let us try it. HTTP WordPress 1.user1.fs.al, press enter, and it redirects automatically to HTTPS. Now we will continue next time on Friday with installing a command line tool for managing WordPress, which is WordPress CLI. So WordPress has a command line tool that can be used to manage the configuration and the maintenance of a WordPress site. But let's see it next time. Do you have any questions so far? Yes, Andreas.
I saw that the unzip is not pre-installed. Is that because of why is that?
Yes.
So that zip is not that popular in Unix.
It depends. We got a VPS on from Hetzner, and Hetzner installs some packages by default. And unzip, maybe it is not so popular. Usually tar is more popular. If we look at the site of the WordPress, the download page of WordPress, maybe we can find the tar gzip archive. And we could use tar to unzip it, to extract the archive. But it is provided on as a zip archive. Okay, we can use unzip, but in Linux, unzip is not very popular, I think. Zip and unzip are tools that are used both in Linux and in Windows. But maybe it is not very popular in Linux. That's why it is not installed by default. But it is very, very easy to install it, as you saw. Just install the package unzip and it is done.
Also, the permissions in zip archives remain as was the original file before.
Yes, I think it has preserved the permissions. So the permissions were preserved, but we have to make sure that the ownership is correct. We changed the ownership from root to www data. Anton, you can speak if you want.
Thank you.
I just wondered, you have an idea. The insecure warning kept showing off. Could that be with cache problems, or?
Yeah,
I'm only wondering what your ideas is, because we will deal with it later, right?
I'm not sure why it is showing this not secure warning, because it says that certificate is valid here. So here
Right.
it says certificate is valid, and maybe
So it has to be connected to the server software, to the browser software, I think.
yeah, most probably it is related to the browser, maybe something in cache, because we initially opened an unsecure URL with a fake or self-signed certificate, and maybe it has stored something about this address, about this URL. I'm not sure, because it says certificate is valid, and also the details of the certificate are correct. It is a let's encrypt certificate.